everyone, it's Finn. Well, I have some big news. At last I have a date for lower surgery. It's been really stressful waiting for this, and now it's here. And it's on the 24th of this month of August. I'm being admitted on the 23rd, so that's 2 weeks, 5 days, 4 hours and 40 something minutes. 2 weeks, 5 days, 4 hours and 49 minutes. The letter, official letter, I actually got the email a couple of days ago, but I didn't get the letter until just now, and there's been a bit of me that's been kind of worrying that it might be changed, but it's there. It's in black and white. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's one of them times again where I'm just going to be saying, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So, for anybody that's followed this journey, I had a referral back in November, and then I saw, because I was still kind of trying to work out whether I wanted lower surgery or not, so it's been a long process for me, longer than it probably normally would be, but I had a lot of working out whether this was the right move for me. So my kind of official sign-off as a yes was in January. I was told to expect surgery about April, but there was some kind of problems with surgeons and dates and what have you, so because I had an exam coming up, I thought, right, let's just put it off, let's do my exam, let's have a really good summer, because festivals, as you know, is like where I kind of like rejuvenate, regather, and kind of start afresh. So get the summer over, festivals, and then operation, and then recovery in the winter where I'm a bit cooler because I overheat would be ideal. So it's actually worked out perfectly. Surgery on the 24th, I don't restart uni until October for my first module, and then November for my second module, so that gives me a good window. I'm waffling because I just can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it's happening now. It's gone from feeling like forever to now. It's so different to top surgery as well, because there was so much preparation and kept in the loop, and with the London team you've got to do a lot of chasing and finding out, and they seem so much more laid back about telling you stuff. I mean, I was emailing with Sarah, and she said to me, would you like details sent in the post? And of course I would. You know, I'm OCD, I need concrete things, and they've actually sent me a good list now of things to do in prep for surgery and how to kind of prepare after, recover afterwards, so that's helped to lessen the anxiety. But of course I am nervous. I'd be lying if I wasn't, but I'm so prepared for this. I have researched the ass out of it. I am aware of the risks, I'm aware of the likelihood of complications, but I still want to go ahead. The key thing for me has been in seeing people that have had really, really bad experiences, but they still turn around and say that regardless they wouldn't change it, that they're so pleased with their final result, that the upheaval and the uphill battle has been worth it. So that's fine for me, and you know, there are so many amazing results out there, and it's getting better day by day, and I know I'm in the best position, really. I'm not working full time at the moment, I can kind of just relax, and this will correspond with the same time as I'm graduating from uni by the time this is done in 2017, so it's all perfect. All perfect is going to be fine. Listen to the self-reassurance. Right, lower surgery fears. Let's talk about that. I think the biggest thing for me is, unlike top surgery, you have top surgery, and apart from some redness and some swelling, you can see the end result, and you can see it's going to be wonderful. With lower surgery, it's all done in small stages, so in the beginning I'm just going to have a phallus that is not even really penis shaped. You don't have the gland sculpted until second stage, so it's kind of at the end of each operation, or especially the end of the first operation, it's not going to be very functional, and so I've got to try and keep in mind that this is just step by step by step, because if I try and look towards the very distant future of a finished penis, it's miles away, and I can't focus on that right now, it will get me down, so I've got to just focus on each individual stage, I think, if that makes sense. I'm very scared about the arm, not so much the scarring, because I am covered in self-harm and it will likely, as I've said before, make things slightly prettier. But I think, it's the worry about whether the graft will take and whether I'll lose any movement in my arm and whether I'll get any complications like infections and what have you. And I'm obviously worried in case the same thing happens with the phallus, if I get infections or the necrosis, you can lose parts of it, all those kind of fears. But those statistics have come down greatly now from what they were. Other fears are things like I've shared before. I mean, as time's gone on and testosterone's done its work physically and mentally, I am less connected with what I've got there, downstairs. I think initially, if you remember me speaking about the fact that I was worried about being sealed up, for want of putting it any more delicately, the thought of that being all closed up kind of freaked me out a bit, like thinking, what if I regret it? I want a penis, but what happens if I feel really kind of alien because all that's gone? What if? But now, with the way things have got very painful because of testosterone shrinking everything in there, I'd never go anywhere near that now because it hurts. So now I'm quite ready for that to be gone. So, this is another reason I think that it's so important to take time, because you mentally change and physically change, which then changes the kind of procedures you want done. Well, it has for me anyway. So yeah, I'm not bothered now. I'm still a bit... freaked is not the right word. I just can't quite imagine it not being there. So I think I read this in hung jury, going from like a wet area to a dry area, and I think that for me is kind of like I can't quite get my head around that yet. As for having a phallus, absolutely, I absolutely want that. I love what testosterone has done to me naturally, and I am a little bit sad about losing that, because it's my own grown mini phallus. But it's not functional, it's stumpy. It really can't do anything. So, I'm a bit sad to lose what I've grown, but, it's not going to serve me, which is why I didn't go for metoidioplasty. I'm scared about what it'll mean for Drew and I. We can only guess what it'll be like for me to be a functioning male in his eyes, because at the moment, obviously, we do things differently. So, he can only kind of like gauge it from men he dealt with in the past that he didn't get on with, but as he and I have said, it's different because I'm on the end of the penis, if that makes sense. So it's different, and it's not just the penis, it's the kind of type of man that goes with it, and let's face it, I'm a more sensitive man, so hopefully that's going to make a difference, but we don't know how it's going to work. We also don't know how it's going to work with him transitioning. I've got updates about that, but I'll do that later. So there's all these unknowns and fears, and what if it goes wrong, and what if the pain's too much, and it just seems huge. It really does. I've got myself as prepared as I can. I'm going to be doing some specific pain reducing meditation, and I've bought a book to do whilst I'm in hospital. So I can kind of use this as a way to deal with what's going on and kind of like, deal with that, and just use it as a bit of time to kind of go inward and strengthen myself a bit more as well, because that's so important to me to keep mentally healthy through all of this. So yeah, I don't want to waffle because I am waffling. So yeah, I'm excited. Let me just say that, because I haven't said that. I am really excited. I'm going to have a phallus. It might not be the finished jobby yet, and I might only have one nut to start with, but I'm going to start looking like I know I look. I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day. I think what's really changed in my head that's made me really want lower surgery is I've gone from knowing I'm trans to knowing I'm male. I think in early days it was like, I don't feel female. That kind of understanding of me being transgender makes sense, so I kind of knew myself as a trans man, but there was still this bit of, am I a real man? But then as time's gone on, I'm absolutely 100% a man. I've always been a man. I get that now. I don't just know it, I feel it in the very depth of my being. I'm a man. And so because of that, it's really missing. Beforehand it wasn't so much, but now it is. The more I look at my body and it's just male and, this is not right. this is not right. The Ken doll just doesn't work anymore. So it's got to happen. So I'm really excited for that to be working and to be able to stand to pee and to be able to have sex like any other man does. It is exciting. But of course you've got to acknowledge the fears, because that's important. That's very, very important in order to deal with them. So, yeah, slightly waffly, rabbit in the headlights update about me. What are you lot doing? I've got an update about Drew. I'll do that in a minute. But yeah, I might do another one about this, and more kind of like function. Function? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go. I am going to go. Oh my god, I'm going to have a penis. On that note, almost Cumberland Sausage Day. Right, yes, update soon. Take care of everyone. Take care, everyone. Love you all.